So, big news coming out of Japan. For foreign residents, the country's about to get a whole lot more expensive. A new government bill is getting ready to completely overhaul residency fees for the first time in over 40 years. We're going to break down what these changes are, why they're happening, and most importantly, what this is all going to mean for your wallet.
Okay, so if you're living in Japan, or even just planning to, you're going to want to listen up. The cost of just staying in the country is about to take a massive leap. We're talking about the fees for renewing your visa and, yes, applying for permanent residency. Let's just jump right into the numbers.
And look, we're not talking about a small adjustment here. The proposal that the cabinet has greenlit allows for an increase of up to 30 times the current maximum fee for some applications. This is, by far, the biggest change to the fee structure in over 4 decades.
And here it is, the headline number that has everybody talking. A potential fee of 300,000 yen for a single permanent residence application. Now, that is a huge, huge jump from the current 10,000 yen. But what does this number actually mean? Is this what everyone is really going to be paying?
Well, that big, scary number, it really doesn't tell the whole story. To understand what this actually means for your bank account, we needed to code this new fee structure. So let's break it down.
So as you can see right here, the cabinet's decision allows for some pretty massive increases. The legal cap for a permanent residence application could jump from 10,000 yen all the way up to 300,000 yen. And for a simple visa renewal, it could go from 10,000 to 100,000. But that phrase, legal cap, that's the key to this whole thing.
Okay, this is probably the single most important clarification. That 300,000 yen figure is a legal cap. Think of it as a new ceiling for what the government can charge. It's not necessarily what you'll be paying right away. The actual real-world fee will be set later by a separate government order.
So this, of course, is the big question, right? If the cap is 300,000 yen, what should people actually be budgeting for? Well, luckily, we don't just have to guess. Government sources and reports have given us a pretty good idea of the target range.
So here's the bottom line. While these are still really big increases, the actual fees are not expected to hit that maximum, at least not right away. A standard visa renewal, which is currently about 6,000 yen, is probably going to cost somewhere between 30,000 and 40,000 yen. And for permanent residents, well, that 10,000 yen fee is likely going to jump to somewhere between 100,000 and 200,000 yen.
All of which begs the question, why is Japan making such a drastic change right now? Well, there are a few key reasons, and they all kind of point to a system that's really struggling to keep up with the times. This timeline, wow, it really highlights the core issue, doesn't it? The current legal caps on these fees haven't been touched since 1981. That means for 45 years, the whole system has been operating on a financial model from a totally different era, all while the number of foreign residents has just skyrocketed. And that number today is just over 4.1 million people. I mean, this massive growth has put an incredible strain on the immigration system, and the government's argument is pretty simple. The old fee structure just doesn't come close to covering the administrative costs anymore. Another key part of the government's argument is that, hey, Japan's fees are super low compared to other developed nations. So let's actually put these numbers in a global context and see what they're talking about.
And yeah, when you compare permanent residency fees, Japan's current 10,000 yen is, well, it's a drop in the bucket. I mean, look at the UK. It's around 570,000 yen. In the US, it's closer to 750,000. So you can see their point. Even with this huge proposed hike, Japan would still be one of the more affordable options among major economies.
So now that we have the numbers and the reasons behind them, let's get to the real-world impact. What does this actually mean for the people and the companies on the ground? How is this going to change things?
For individuals and families, the impact is going to be immediate. A family of 4 renewing their visas could suddenly be looking at a bill of over 100,000 yen, and the stakes for a failed application just got so much higher. If you pay 150,000 yen for PR and get rejected, ouch, that's a huge financial loss. It means getting your paperwork, especially your taxes and pension payments, perfect is more important than ever before.
And it's not just individuals. Companies that sponsor foreign talent and cover their visa fees, they're going to see their HR costs go up directly. This creates a really powerful incentive for them to help employees get those longer-term visas, the 3 or 5-year ones, just to minimize how often they have to pay for costly renewals. Good visa support from your company is about to become a much, much more valuable employee benefit.
It's really important to understand that this fee hike
isn't happening in a vacuum. It's actually a key piece of a much larger, very strategic shift in Japan's entire approach to immigration.
This fee increase is really just step one in a much broader overhaul that's going to be happening over the next few years. It signals a move towards an immigration system that's a lot more selective, more organized, and, well, one that pays for itself.
It really breaks down into three pillars. First, the financial realignment, these fee increases we've just been talking about. Second, stricter rules are coming. Starting in 2027, Japan is introducing a system that can actually revoke permanent residency for things like deliberately not paying your taxes. And third, by 2028, they're launching JESTA, which is an electronic pre-screening system for tourists from visa waiver countries, kind of like the US ESTA system.
So when you put all of these changes together, it leads to this one crucial question. We all know Japan is facing a demographic crisis, and it desperately needs foreign workers. But as it raises the financial bar and tightens up the rules, is it building a higher wall that keeps out the very talent it needs? Or is it simply creating a more structured, more sustainable door for the future? Well, that's the billion-yen question that's going to be answered in the years ahead.